is getting one or more copies of Angel Lady. I'm excited to play Devoted Druid Shells with the Angel in it, because it's a payoff for infinite mana too, right? I'm gonna keep this. It's a little bit slow, but we've got Lightning Bolt in case they're an aggressive deck, and we've got 2 Bloodbraid Elves, their mid-range deck. Stomping Ground tapped pass. Well, in Modern or in a Modern League, Burgle, yeah, on the play, I think it's fine. This is probably that new Affinity style deck. I don't know. I think I'd have to do some testing. I think if you came here hoping that I'd be a Magic player that would do your homework for you, I would say no. I don't skip the homework. I had good grades in school because I always put in the effort. I make sure to do my work and think about the things that I'm doing. So I think I will test not having Walking Ballista and Rowanus, but if you're asking me now up front, will we certainly cut them? My answer to that question is I definitely don't know the answer to that. Yeah, this is probably the Hardened Scales deck. They usually don't play Winding Constrictor just because they play these colorless lands, I believe. I'd be pretty surprised. The lists I've seen have not been playing Winding Constrictor, but that doesn't necessarily mean that our opponent isn't. I'll bolt the crap out of that one. Block. Weird. Didn't want to take the block. 4 more months would make a year. I'm impatient. If not, bump up Eureka Tell. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you for the bits, JMP. I will push Eureka Tell up there. I'm just starting with whatever's at the top of the Legacy donation queue tomorrow, and then we'll probably have time to do 4, 5, maybe 6 decks. I don't think I want to attack here. Pestermite, untap my land, bolt. Maybe getting the Pestermite into play is better there. I don't know, I kind of feel like I need to get a Bloodbraid Elf out here, right? Like, our opponent's not really putting any pressure on us. They probably don't have any interaction. It's another bolt. What courses am I teaching this semester? I'm just teaching Magic the Gathering this semester. It's quite excellent. Hey, JMP. Can you add Caleb D's Legacy Painter to the queue? I'll transcribe the list to you via email. Yep, sounds good. Another bird. Bird is actually going to be lethal for next turn, right? Bird actually lets us be lethal next turn because next turn I can go Pestermite, untap a land, Eldritch Evolution, Bloodbraid into Kiki-Jiki combo. Hey, Timmy Fat One. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Don't worry, you won't be a broke college student forever. So I didn't attack with Bloodbraid Elf because I don't want to offer that trade because we're gonna get set up to do that. So... I guess since we drew the land, we just diddle their Mox Opal just in case, right? Hey, what's going on, Interonix? Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Would you like to get Splinter Twin? Did you know that they unbanned Splinter Twin today, opponent? Were you aware that Splinter Twin is once more legal? A whole year can I have a neat green sword. Thanks for the 12-month resub, Droop Lion. You can, in fact. With great power becomes great responsibility. Don't abuse it. Abuse it and lose it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sword Club. God, our Strangleroot Geist are red too. Red feels red of the color pie better. Alright, so these seem fine. No, you can, if you're a Twitch streamer, you can get subscriptions for bots for free, so they can do things like post your emotes in chat. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we just want to turn into a control deck in this matchup. Thanks for letting me live my MTG dream of playing all these decks through you. Thanks for the 2-month Twitch primary support. It's your dad. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I want the roast too. Is this a Bloodbraid out matchup? Actually, I guess Scavenging Ooze doesn't seem very good, right? Scavenging Ooze doesn't seem very good. I guess it's probably better than Savage Knuckleblade. That's true. I end up doing most of the timeouts myself because I got that sweet APM. I mean, what would be a reason that you would play Izzet Charm other than versatility? I mean, versatility is the answer, but I'm curious if you could think of a different reason. So the main reason you play Izzet Charm in a deck like this is not only because of the flexibility, but also because playing dedicated counterspells is really awkward with Bloodbraid Elf. So Izzet Charm is a counterspell that we can cascade into that still has text when we cascade into it. That one's really annoying. Harder to combo through that one. Can't combo through a Ballista on 2, so we'll need our removal. This hand's a little slow, but we've got ramp into this, so hopefully we're professional with our Coiling Oracle. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. I'm pretty sure if they want to spend their turn 2 trading Walking Ballista for Birds of Paradise, I'm okay with that. Simic Charm is interesting. The fact that we could utilize the +3/+3 in combat is kind of neat. Hang boy. I wonder if they have tilt. I wonder if they have Hardened Scales. I'm gonna go like Hardened Scales into Walking Ballista next turn. Yeah, I think 3 mana is just too much. If you like, look at our deck's curve, we're already pretty full at the 3. So like if you take these cards and move them here, our curve looks much worse, right? So like you just want to have efficient plays. Modern is a format where you can't afford to be as clunky as you would want. It's annoying. As you would want to be for some things. I think I'm just casting Bloodbraid Elf here, right? Pia and Kiran Nalaar is interesting. I think I just want to try and find an answer to this Grafdigger's Cage and spinning the wheel potentially. We could also hit Eldritch Evolution, but we could also find an answer to this. God bless America, my country. 'Tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. I think we're dead, chat. I think we're dead. Throne of Geth. Oh lordy. Oh lordy. Lordy, lordy. I think I'm just spinning again, trying to get through this cage. We really just like can't win the game from here, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just can't win the game. They have like a ballista in their hand too. Maybe if the cage wasn't in the mix, we could have had a chance there, but if with the cage there, I think they just have too much going on. Do 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 do. Stoneforge Mystic would have already won us this game, right? The Hardened Scales deck is really pretty impressive when everything gets going, right? Yeah, thanks. It turns out when you don't have much hair, it looks much better when you keep the rest of it short. Cage stops Eldritch Evolution, which would have allowed us to break through to our combo finish potentially. Honestly, even without the cage, we were pretty far behind there, but with the cage, we were just like completely locked out. Yeah, I agree, Bob. That's a big part of why I don't coach Commander online. All the Commander stuff on MTGO is best of one, and it's really super miserable in my opinion. Seems pretty good. Just like it to curve removal out here into half our combo and a Reclamation Sage already. This is a donation deck list like most of the decks we played, so the person that donated for this deck wanted to see, what's it called? They wanted to see Savage Knuckleblade in the, whatever the anti-storm card slot, Scab Clan Berserker slot. That is another Hardened Scales. How about if I Spell Pierce that one? And then we'll untap and Rec Sage this one. Just like take our middle fingers and point them towards the sky. Regenerate an artifact. What about regenerating an enchantment, opponent? Don't you want to regenerate an enchantment? Would you like to, this is my Get Wrecked Sage. Would you like to meet my Get Wrecked Sage? Getcha. And then Eldritch Evolution is actually a great draw here, right? Because it means next turn we can Pestermite to diddle something, and then the following turn we can untap and Eldritch Evolution our Rec Sage into a Kiki-Jiki and kill them. Would love to get rid of that one, thank you. Hopefully we get to dodge Walking Ballista here. Walking Ballista is the big scary. Oh no, not Demonic Tutor. They're gonna Demonic Tutor for Walking Ballista. Yep, yeah, I agree with that assessment, Mac Daddy. A lot of the tier 2, tier 3 decks in Modern feel that way. They have like this nut draw that's like really impressive, and then the non-nut draws are like, why am I playing this again? Ooh, not a Demonic Tutor, got it. Would you say Rex Sage is a strictly better Trigon Predator in Modern? I hate terms like strictly better. They're so loose. Just the loosiest of goosiest. Alright, so they have Arcbound Worker plus one other card I don't know. So I'm gonna like upkeep Diddle this Darksteel Citadel. And then hope not to die inside of combat. And then untap combo them. Would you say that silence is strictly better than saying strictly better? Almost certainly. Almost certainly. Alright, don't walking ball me. Oh, you know what? I could have... I should have played the Bounding Krasis, right? I should have played the Bounding Krasis. No, that still wouldn't really do much for me, right? So I have all the tools in my toolbox. I guess I start by bolting this. See where we go from there. No, that kind of deck doesn't sound very good in Modern, so it's not something we've played. I probably wouldn't accept it. Yeah, we couldn't combo through the Ravager. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. If I Evo Might into Kiki and Kiki the Sage, they just get to shoot the Sage in response. But I guess they probably sack the Ravager to do that. That's fair. No, they don't even have to sack the Ravager, right? They just like sack the Arcbound Worker and move 2 counters over. I don't really have any ways to get out of this, do I? I have the Staticaster. I mean, I suppose I could just like turn Rex Sage into Rex Sage, right? That's like not exciting, but it's a line I could do. I do have a second Sage. It's like trading 3 cards for this Walking Ballista, though. The problem is this Ballista is just gonna like go ham on my board otherwise. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn Rex Sage into Rex Sage. The attack doesn't really matter. We're not winning this game through good, honest combat. We're gonna, like, peel a Kiki or die. So sure, you're right. I could probably get 2 points of damage in if I attacked first, but, like, ultimately it doesn't really matter. For the people that are suggesting we get Kiki-Jiki, you don't understand that they'll just kill the Reclamation Sage in response, then still have a Walking Ballista in play that we need to deal with. We need to take the Walking Ballista off the table if we have any hope of actually winning the game. I mean, to be fair, Wraith PK, they don't really unban powerful things in general, so I feel like when they unbanned Bloodbraid and when they unbanned Bloodbraid and Jace, they were kind of like setting a new precedent, because historically speaking, they didn't unban cards like those that were powerful. Use your words, TJ Savage. Was Mom and Pop better there because my goal was to get the Walking Ballista off the table, so Mom and Pop doesn't do that. Could you articulate on why you think not taking the Walking Ballista off the table was a good idea? Because, like, now with the second Krasis draw especially, we could just be dead here, because I'm never beating another Walking Ballista. God, that's gross. That was really rough. Yeah, I guess maybe we could have kept playing and gotten really lucky. Yeah, it's probably a little bit early concession, but I think we were pretty dead there regardless. It's like giant ballistas. I guess the Bloodbraid would have hit Eternal Witness, and Eternal Witness would have picked up Reclamation Sage, and then like they kill our board again, but like we have a Bounding Krasis, we're like kind of in a similar spot. Hoping to peel Kiki. Yeah, maybe that was a little bit early. It's been a while since we've played a Bloodbraid deck. It's like, what's the answer to being infinitely behind? It's always Bloodbraid Elf into the nuts. Yeah, you just shouldn't read the Twitch chat in most streams. Just no moderation. It's just a bunch of people screaming into the void. It's pretty good. It's a little sad if Bird died, but we could also just like draw some lands. Put it mulliganed. Battlefield Forge. Interesting. Screaming into the void. Thanks for the bits, J-Robe. Poor little birdie, all bolted up. Yeah, probably bears. Probably bears. Ally. Okay, it's a bit of a brew. Bit of a brew. Put a 1/1 counter. All right, it's like a ally champion of the parish. Did they just misclick when this or another? They clicked no by mistake, I think. They chose not to use their ability. Okay, yep, that's certainly a misclick. To set the bar low, I think this deck is better than the Saheeli decks, yeah. I think this deck's backup aggressive plan is better than the Saheeli deck's backup aggressive plan. And I don't think either of these decks are very good dedicated combo decks, so I'd rather play the one that has a better backup aggressive plan. We'll have a moment of truth here in a second. If we can hit a land, we're going to be in a good spot. If we can't, we're going to be probably run down pretty quickly. I don't really think I want artifact lands to exist in Modern alongside Mox Opal. I think if you finally got rid of Mox Opal, like probably should have happened, I don't know, forever ago, then you could probably unban artifact lands, but with Mox Opal, artifact lands should probably stay where they are. We got 3-mana ally spell. You may choose a color. All right, their dorks are unblockable. Yeah, it looks like they're doing very human-esque things. This card's really powerful, though. Like, basically giving your guys pseudo unblockable seems really strong. We have to choose green here and just ass smash us. I'd really like to draw a land. Dang. So do I Bloodbraid here and hope to hit removal? Or do I Krasis and hope to rip a red source? I don't really want to fetch shock and take 3. I think that's too aggressive. I think the answer is just Elf. I mean, like Don Mars with that you can apply that logic to make any card be okay, right? You could say, well, Skull Clamp's not that bad, right? I can just shatter it. Skull Clamp's not that powerful. Just shatter it, chat. I think that's kind of a silly stance to take overall. Yeah, I think I was supposed to. Maybe I was just supposed to Bounding Krasis there. Taking to 9 here. Looks like 9. Yeah, I agree, Burgle. Maybe they won't have another ally. Maybe they won't have another ally. Wish granted, they didn't have another ally. All right, let's bring those in. Basically, anytime you're playing against another aggressive deck, Strangleroot Geist and Shaman of the Hunt come out. They're not really good at our controlling game plan. Keeps twisting our wishes. Let's try this. A lot of their things start out as 1/1s. So there's a very powerful window for Staticaster to just like take over a given game. All right, let's run some lands off here, hopefully. I think boarding in Moon in a matchup like this is just too cute. I don't think the matchup's bad enough generically that I want to board in something as bad as Blood Moon could be. Like, sure, there's games where Blood Moon could just win us the game on the spot, but no, I think I need lands bad enough that I don't want to throw my bird away. Like, if I threw my bird away here, I'd be 2 lands off of, like, casting my hand. Like, if I cast my hand, I'm probably winning this game, right? Please don't Helix my bird. They Helix me. God bless. Are you asking in this deck or in Magic Modern in general? I mean, I'm really happy that they chose not to kill my bird while I'm sitting here missing land drops, so, you know, God bless opponent. What? Okay, so for those of you that are new to the stream, if you want to, unlike a lot of people that stream on Twitch, I don't argue with the chat. I just, you know, that's like a bad use of my time. If you want to suggest a card for a deck list, don't ask me to tell you why I'm not playing it. Instead, you should make an argument and articulate yourself and tell me why I should be playing that card. You should sell me on it. And if you can't sell me on why I should be playing something, there's probably not a good reason to be playing it. That's how I like to approach it, at least. I find that I get a lot more out of it if people actually kind of think for themselves. And a lot of the time, you know, if people can't make a good argument for like what they're trying to change and what the goal of adding that card is. And to make an argument for adding or changing a card to a deck, the question you want to be asking yourself is, what problem am I solving by making this change to the deck list? What problem am I solving? What issue am I fixing? So they have so much removal. I feel like they probably have more removal in hand. So I'm just going to spin the Bloodbraid wheel here again, rather than trying to go for the combo here. No, I'm not playing around Wrath out of my opponent's aggressive creature deck. If my opponent wraths me out of the aggressive creature deck, they can have a thumbs up and that's fine. So with this trigger on the stack, we get to go ahead and Staticaster this. So again, when people were saying earlier that Staticaster isn't very good in this matchup, I disagree with that for this reason right here. Ayo! Ready to get knocked up, opponent? You ready to get knocked up, opponent? Oh yeah, put the dukes up. Knuckle Buster in the house. Knuckle Buster in his house. Get him, run him down. It's ogre time. It's ogre time. God, we're just gonna get triple burned out of this game, aren't we? Skull Cracks, man, their deck is really burn heavy. I am definitely putting Baloth in our deck for game 3. So your plan is to play a 3-mana 2/1 against decks that are full of creature removal, like lightning bolts and fatal pushes and stuff like that. That would be my response to your let's answer these cards with this card. It sounds really narrow and probably not going to work out for us most of the time. Do I want a combo here, or do I want to just side this Kiki out and just be like more value based? Just like beat them down with 4/4s? I probably want the combo in my deck. Attacks, target defending player. Like that doesn't even kill it, right? It just means we can attack into it. We played 8-Rack on stream before. I'll play whatever you want. Basically, the people that watch this stream decide everything that we play here for the most part. Can't remember the last time I picked a deck myself. Please, these discounted Amazon bits towards my green-white Avacyn deck, and these regular price bits too. Thank you very much, Pun Count. Will do. Let's slide that one right on up there. White Avacyn. They have lands, we should bring in Fulminator Mage. So I think this hand's too slow. I think a hand without removal or a Birds of Paradise is a pretty easy mulligan post board. This is an excellent Hearthstone hand. Unfortunately, we need lands to play Magic the Gathering. This hand is kind of slow, but it's certainly a keep. I'm gonna bottom this because it's not a land. The shuffling or the degenerate interaction? That's a tough question. It's a tough question. They're definitely both pretty obnoxious. Heyo. Eaten Tortoise with the 2-month Twitch Prime resubscription. Thank you very much for re-upping your Amazon Fun Money here. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I do appreciate that. Nosferatu, essentially every day when I fire up to stream, I just open that Google Doc there that lists all of the decks that people have sent into play, and whatever's got the most points in it, get added. Details on how to get your deck list added to the Google Doc there is in this URL, bit.ly/Google Solid. As soon as MTGBot pops it up. I think that... Does this give them haste too? No, it does not. Okay. I think that Street Wraith probably should have been banned a while ago. I think Street Wraith's kind of an obnoxious card. Is MTGBot dead? Come on, MTGBot. There we go. MTGBot took a little breather there. We did pick up a new sponsor. That reminds me, we're due for a sponsor shill. We'll talk all about them here in a minute. Hey, Mini Koopa. Thank you very much for the 500 bits. I do appreciate that. 600 bits. I should look at the total number instead of trying to count. To land nauseum. Yep. So this is going to come into play and give a bonus here. So I'm going to go ahead and let them attack here, because I want to ambush them with this Bounding Krasis, I think. If they have a Lightning Helix, I get into a little bit of trouble for doing this, because they're going to Helix my Bounding Krasis before I get to blocks, but... if they have a bunch of removal, I'm probably in trouble either way. We don't know for sure that they have removal. They could just have, like, Boros Charms and stuff, so... I'm going to attempt to eat their 2-1 inside of combat here. There's a URL that lets you subscribe on mobile. I am going to be playing Legacy tomorrow, Niviki. Perfect. So we're going to take 3 here. They have a Boros Charm maybe to give their guys indestructible. Wow, okay. Well, I think that's okay for us, right? Like, they saved their 2-1 here instead of being able to deal 4 to us with that. I think I'm just passing the turn here. Yes, I can, Niviki. This is the protection guy. We're going to be in a lot of trouble. What on earth is that? This. They gain menace until end of turn? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That's... Huh. Are we dead? I think we're dead. We're not dead this turn, obviously, but I think in general we're about to die. Yeah, we're gonna bolt the 1-1 here. Oh, I could have gotten Staticaster. Getting Staticaster's interesting. Staticaster would have been really good here, right? I think I like that suggestion. That could have been okay. Spilt milk at this point. So we get to kill that, and then we're taking 4 here down to 5. I could also go get Baloth. The problem is, like, Baloth doesn't block at this point. Someone drafted a better deck than us, right? We even drafted a promo Abrade, though. We even drafted a promo Abrade. The more I play with this Temur Kiki deck, the more I feel like it's probably just not powerful enough for Modern. Our interaction is a touch too slow, and our combo's a bit too weak overall. And like, I'm a sucker for a good toolbox, but I really feel like I don't have the tools to win a game like this, or to win so many matches that we've been playing. The more I've played this deck, the less good it feels, basically. Probably dead here, dead to Skullcrack, dead to Bolt, dead to Lightning Helix. Forkbolt doesn't seem particularly good in Modern right now. On the 0-outer at this point. Good games, opponent. All right, it's been kind of a rough day, but I would like to say thank you to everyone who's hanging out here anyways. If you're new, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time TCG player and content producer on Twitch. I stream here 30, sometimes 40 hours a week, win, lose, or otherwise. If you are enjoying my content, please consider subscribing on Twitch. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it, or do like Faithless Looting just did there and donate some bits. I will be happy to send those towards the Eureka Tell deck. So if you're new to the stream, one of the things we do here is basically all of the decks that we play here on stream are donation deck lists. So people send in deck lists along with the cost of the league, and then other people that look through the donations can kind of pad them up, and the people that support my content kind of dictate what we play and how soon we play it. Past that, you can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. mtgotraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. This is the new one, Cardsphere. I need to figure out some kind of short, quick blurb to say about Cardsphere. So Cardsphere allows you to buy and sell Magic cards directly from other players, and their catch line is that there's no haggling on there. They just take a 1% fee off the top, and one of the great ways that they ensure that what you're doing at Cardsphere is not going to collapse like some other peer-to-peer trading networks is that at any point, any points or things that you have into Cardsphere, you can cash out directly to PayPal at any point. So seems like a really neat service. Check them out at cardsphere.com. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anaronix, Justin, and you. Make sure at the very least you hit that follow button if you're enjoying what you see. Following doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I go live and with what. I always try and put the names of the decks we're going to be playing on a given day in the stream title, so that way you can have an idea of what we're playing. And if you can't catch me live, be sure you check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. 100% of my streams get archived there, and you can always check out what we have going on. Yeah, they're basically doing a Puka Trade-esque system without the downside. Yeah, it's basically a middleman. So from what I understand is, when someone buys cards on Cardsphere, the money goes to Cardsphere, and then when the person that's getting the bought cards confirm that they got the cards in the condition they're supposed to be in, Cardsphere then releases that money minus their 1% fee to the person that sold the cards. And the fact that they have a good system in place to not collapse their own economy makes it seem really reasonable. I always kind of read through this stuff before I take a sponsor and make sure they seem like a service that I'm willing to promote, and they definitely seem like they passed that bar. I'm going to lead on Misty Rainforest here because I want to fetch a blue source tapped. And then Coiling Oracle on 2 into the old Knucklebuster on 3. If we get really fortunate with the Coiling Oracle trigger, we could potentially have Hasty Knucklebuster on 3. So Puka trade, you couldn't, their points essentially had no cash value, which they then destroyed their own market by inflating their currency, by paying their employees and people that wrote for them in Puka points, and basically made it impossibly difficult to actually get the cards you were looking for on their system. I think we've entered the mid-range bracket. I agree, Burgle. I agree. There's a Sapphire Gem that I missed a sword. Enjoy your sword, Gojira. Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls is actually pretty good against the cards we have in our hand. I do have Scavenging Ooze though, right? So we get to gobble up the back half of this, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Coiling Oracle here because I think they're more likely to trade with this if they think they're gonna get the back half of this. You don't have to ask questions like that, man. Just time out people that are that obvious. I don't have a referral code for Cardsphere, so just putting it out there. They already take so little off of the top. I'm not sure they could really afford to give a donation code on top of that. Gideon of the Trials. You ready to get knucked up, Mr. Gideon? Who thinks Gideon is ready to get knucked up, chat? What do we think? What do we think? Who thinks Gideon is ready to get knucked up? Oh. Hopefully they don't have one of them super rude path to exiles. Put your dukes up. I'm gonna get him. Gonna get you drunk, get you love drunk off Knuckleblade's hump, his hump, his hump, his hump, his lovely lady lump. Check him out. I would love to search my deck for a land. Thank you for asking. They could block and then push him off a cliff too, so that's possible as well. Knuck if you buck. Hit him with the hockey puck. Get him. Get him. Wang Nuck tonight. Do. Wow, okay, no removal there is quite excellent for us. We're just gonna get Wrath of God here. This deck probably plays a number of sweepers, so won't be too surprised to get got here. That being said, if they do Wrath us and don't leave a mana up, we can actually kill the Gideon next turn, right? We can go Strangleroot Geist into Evolution into... Okay, so they drew Fatal Push for the turn. Okay, yep, that's Rad Chad. That's really annoying. I guess I'm just playing Knucklebuster and smashing again, right? I guess I'm just playing Knucklebuster and smashing again. I could try and set up a combo kill, but their deck has so much removal in it that I think that's a little bit silly. Yeah, it looks like we're playing against 12 Chad. Or as Burgle likes to call it, we've entered the mid-range bracket. When you're 0-2 in Modern, that's the mid-range bracket. My Knuckleblade is just like climbing up the stream of Chad. It's like, please, Chad, help me out here. Worth noting that Knucklebuster was a lot better than, what's it called, would have been here, the Scapclan Berserker. But when was this thing actually written? Who knows? Who knows? Oh no, my poor Knucklebuster. MTGO was written with Microsoft Silverlight. Oh, that's funny. All right, so we're gonna get a breeding pool here, and we're gonna eat our Coiling Oracle to make this a 3/3. If I hit a land, untapped land, we could actually try and combo them next turn, right? Do I just want to go for it? Who wants to go for it? Does anybody? I kind of just want to go for it, right? Do we just like, do you have a path to exile them? Anybody else just want to like YOLO the shit out of this? I feel like we're not winning a long game, right? Yeah, we're not. I feel like we're just like never winning this uphill fair battle. Do 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 do. Beep 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 beep. This is my freaky Kiki. Splinter twin you? Question mark. Splinter twin you? Ooh, ooh. Yo, I'm Slim Shady, he's the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Beep, 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 beep. You are correct, Wannabe Beetle. That's a good line to point out. So Wannabe Beetle pointed out there that had I gotten Kiki first, we could copy Scooze and then sacrifice the copied Scooze, which is a better line. Who let this combo deck into the mid-range bracket? Asking the real questions. All right, we're gonna board in Blood Moon to punish my opponent's very greedy 2-color mana base. Just very, very interested in punishing their greedy 2-color mana base. These bolts aren't particularly good here either. Yeah, so I think it's birds plus a bolt out, and then Blood Moon Pia Tracker in. Kiki-Jiki Ooze loses to push. That's true. That's true. I think I like this. I don't think I want these other cards, right? They could have Rest in Peace, but I doubt they'd board that in against us, right? I think I'm happy with this board plan. Remember, chat, if you play Blood Moon in your modern deck, you too can bring your tier 3 deck and steal wins against other things. This hand just doesn't do anything, right? I guess they have Lingering Soul, so maybe Staticaster would be fine. Maybe it's better than the 3rd Lightning Bolt. I'd buy that for $1. I'd buy that for $1. This hand is much better. Much better. You ready to get a little freaky? Ready to get freaky, Strangleroot Geist? He's gonna mess him up. Got the Dukes up here. I love this full art, by the way. It's quite excellent. That is in for that. I know we need a land here, but like Coiling Oracle can draw us a land. So here's the thing. Here's why I hate playing the card Magus of the Moon. Most of the decks you want Magus of the Moon against have red removal. So why are you playing Magus of the Moon? It just feels bad. Just feels bad. People that are asking why this is green have never played Magic Online before, and it's adorable. It's really adorable that all y'all keep asking that question. So do I want to get freaky with the Strangleroot Geist here? I think I'm just gonna grab Basic Forest since my Eternal Witness can get this fetch land back. Yeah, I think I'm just getting freaky with my Strangleroot Geist. Let's just like charge on in there. If we got really lucky, we could like Bloodbraid next turn, but I think this is a little bit more consistent, better plan. And of course, there's going to be a land on top. Ooh, nope, just a Knuckleblade. All right, so I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm willing to trade this for a soul, I think. Democracy for Temur mid-range. DO52, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Let's push Temur mid-range right on up there. Moving on up. Do 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 do. Play the Eternal Witness. Don't be afraid to regrow your fetch lands, chat. There is no shame in regrowing a fetch land to hit your 4th land on time. Actual none. It really is ranting, Bob. Thoughtseize, but I liked my Bloodbraid Elf opponent. Why would you take my Bloodbraid Elf? Yeah, I agree, Plutonium CA. I actually think that, like, Field of Ruin plus Spreading Seas is, like, a way to punish mana bases that are greedy in a very fair manner, unlike Blood Moon. I think Field of Ruin was subtly one of the best cards that's been added to Modern in a very long time. Get sent to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, they don't always all make it into the cup. They don't all always make it into the cup. This is a long tank here. This is a long tank to eventually take the Bloodbraid Elf. The Monastery Mentor deck will be up on YouTube tonight after we're done streaming, as always. So after I finish for the day, I always go through and get everything formatted and published. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out here today. I hope everyone's having a great Monday, had a great weekend. I appreciate all y'all hanging out here. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you choosing to spend some of your time here. I think I want to start with this since I drew another land. Perfect. A single point of democracy for Madcap Pillowfort. Thanks, ads. Thanks, Infinity. So this is definitely a red source, right? Probably another green source since I have Scavenging Ooze. I'm gonna go ahead and smash here. I wonder if they're gonna trade these for these. Like, I kind of want to trade aggressively on board because it allows me to not get blown up by Wrath quite as much. Fun bucks for the Nux. Mr. Lifeguard, thank you for the 2-month subscription. Welcome back. Thanks for putting your Amazon fun dollars towards my channel again this month. I use OBS because it's fantastic software that's also open source. Shadow Popo 2 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. Thanks for putting your Amazon fund money towards my stream again this month. So we've got 2 creatures in the binge. The Scavenging Ooze threatens to be a 4/4, which is nice. Sworn Solemn Visitor. Whenever possible, I try to utilize open source software. Occasionally there's not a good open source tool for a given task, but in general, there usually is. Well, that was a quite good draw. Let's play this Tireless Tracker out. Gonna let our opponent know that we are no longer clueless. More memes, less streams. Fat, thank you for the 3-month resubscription and welcome back. I do appreciate that. So if I smash everything into Sorin here, depending on how they block, I could finish him with a bolt. I think I'm okay with that. I don't want to play with Force of Will in Modern. That sounds really miserable. I would prefer that Wizards of the Coast, if they wanted to make the format slower, just ban some of the obnoxious things in the format. I think that would be preferred, at least in my personal opinion. That's what I would prefer. So they're going to gain 4 here, and their Sorin's going to go down to 4, which unfortunately means I can't kill it with the bolt, but... So these are trading. We'll have Tracker, Scooze, Coiling Oracle left over here. The board's pretty primed for a sweeper here if they have it. How obnoxious is it? I think Aether Vial is a fine card. I think Humans is a perfectly reasonable deck to have in the format. Out of all of the decks you could complain about being in Modern, I think if you're complaining about Humans being a good deck, you don't really understand what like generates like really good games of Magic. I think Humans is the ideal deck to have be the best deck in a format like Modern. All right, sweet. So we're gonna kill this Sorin Solemn Visitor here. Yes, yeah. It's only a one-time thing. Otherwise, they'd lose a ton of money. So we're gonna redirect this to Sorin. I think increasing sideboard slots is very interesting. I think that's a neat possible take on the format. So they have 3 cards left here, and we have 2 cards on board basically, and they're hopefully due to draw some lands here soon. 200 bits for Green White Avacyn. Thank you, Punt Count. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Green White Avacyn is towards the top. Remember, we are going to play some Legacy tomorrow. And then that does put actually Green White Avacyn to the top of the Modern decks that aren't waiting for Dominaria to release. Poor Knucklebuster. All right, let's hopefully draw a Blood Moon here and just steal the game. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Breakfast Blade. And I think I'm going to do a longer stream tomorrow, so I'm going to do a minimum of 4 Legacy decks tomorrow, maybe more than that. Bash Gooder, thank you for the 400 bits. I do appreciate that. Well, this is not what I was hoping to draw. We're hoping to draw some spells. Tireless Tracker. That's magic sometimes, chat. That's magic sometimes. Also, for those of you that follow my stream on the regular, this Saturday, since there's no major tournaments going on this weekend, I'm going to be doing a 12-hour stream. Nothing super special about it. Just, 12 hours of donation decklist like we do every week. Yeah, it's perfectly acceptable. In fact, if you have your deck list posted at a URL, just update the deck list at the same URL, and then the day that I go to play it, I'll just grab the latest version from that URL. Did we win game 1? I don't remember. Is this game 3? This was game 2 when we won game 1. All right, good. Excellent. I was hoping that was the case. Okay, probably want the Staticaster. I'm going to trim this bolt because they have Lingering Souls. I wasn't thinking about that in the first game. That was a good timeout, Burgle. Yep, that was a good timeout. This hand is fine. It's a little bit land light, but we've got Coiling Oracle to hopefully dig us to more. Yeah, timeouts are fine. Timeouts are fine. So someone was talking about they think Humans is a bad deck to have in the format, and the reason why I said I think Humans is a good deck to have the best deck in the format is that traditional interaction is very good against the Humans deck, and the Humans deck is very reasonable against a lot of the decks that are really kind of obnoxious, right? Like Humans has a good Storm matchup. Humans has a good Ad Nauseam matchup. Humans has a good Eggs matchup, generally speaking. Cardsphere.com is a service that allows you to buy and sell Magic cards directly with other people. I did put 500 bits into the Stompy list. The Stompy list has 500 points towards it. Or 5 points towards it. I do think that Modern as a format could be okay if it slowed down a hair. Like, if it pushed back to being a turn 3.5 or 4.5 format, I think that would be a good thing for the format. But that means that I don't think it's in a bad spot strictly right now. Card Sphere is different from Puka Trade in that any points that you have built up into the system, you can cash back out at any point. So, for instance, if you've sold cards and there's nothing you want to buy, they will send you money directly to your PayPal account. I don't think Counterspell fixes any of the problems that blue has in Modern. Like, against the decks that give control decks fits in Modern, Mana Leak and Logic Knot are effectively Counterspell, and it doesn't help those matchups. A Rekindled Soul, thank you very much for the 500 bits. Remember, if you want to let me know if you want to apply that towards any of the decks in the queue. So they know we have this Scavenging Ooze here. They know we have this Scavenging Ooze here. Look, we don't have a lot in the United States. We don't even have card stock that doesn't bend. Haven't you seen the professor tweet? Haven't you seen the professor post on Twitter? You know, we have nothing. Nothing. All right, Scavenging Ooze ekes out this Lingering Souls. I'm a little bit sad if they Wrath us here, but if they don't Wrath us, we're in a good spot. And if they do Wrath us, we could hit a land and play this Bloodbraid Elf. So Punishing Fire. Punishing Fire is very good against interactive decks. Punishing Fire is very good against creature-based decks that are trying to win through honest means. Punishing Fire is a miserable Magic card in a format where people are trying to win with creatures. I'm not assuming Wrath. I'm trading away the Strangleroot Geist because I need to apply pressure to my opponent. They've done nothing to indicate Wrath. I'm just talking about how we're positioned should Wrath be a thing that they have. Do I just want to diddle this and smack them for 6? I kind of do. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Nah, that's loose. Let's hold up Izzet Charm as a counterspell and attack with these. We'll eat Coiling Oracle here, hit them to 10, and then if they don't give us something to Spell Pierce, we can end step Krasis, tap this, and then have a bunch of power in play. I mean, the SCG Tour is only on the East Coast for the most part. They have some Midwest stops, but not a lot of them. I disagree with your sentiment, yeah, Frax. I don't think getting me to commit the Skoos in any way implies that they have a Wrath. What's going on, extras? Life is swell. Life is swell. So here's the problem, Plutonium CA, and this is the thing that always comes up when people talk about Modern. Yes, Humans, Affinity, and Hollowed One are the best decks in the current format, and yes, Sweepers are good against them, but the thing you're not taking into account with that sentiment is that the best decks in Modern aren't that good, right? Like the best decks in Modern aren't that good, aren't that popular. So like the 3 best decks in the format that Sweepers are all very good against don't make up a significant portion of the metagame. So like you can't just show up. You could show up to a Modern tournament with a deck that was 90% to beat Humans, Hollowed One, and Affinity, and you'd still lose the tournament if you didn't have reasonable matchups in other places. Yeah, probably JQL Girl. Those are reasonable cards to potentially slow the format down. All right, so here I have to decide, do I want to I could Eternal Witness for Izzet Charm, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm just going to play this tapped and then like pass with the Krasis up here. Because if they sweep and they had a land, then holding up Spell Pierce off Izzet Charm doesn't do anything. No, I don't think so, because they're coming into 6 lands this turn, they could play a Wrath through the Spell Pierce, which I think makes it not worth holding up Izzet Charm. I don't know that for sure, Exterminator. I don't know if they support that. I know they support foil cards, but I don't know if they support altered or signed cards. And like, if my opponent does Wrath here, I get to end step Krasis into untap Bloodbraid Elf, which is a pretty significant amount of pressure. Gideon, sure. I could just try and kill them here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to try and kill them here. If they don't have a Fatal Push, they could die. Spin the wheel. That should mean they're dead. So if they had Fatal Push, they would have been able to survive this combat, but with the Bolt, they shouldn't. All right, well, we're 2-1. See if we can grind our way through the mid-range bracket here. Thanks everyone for hanging out here tonight. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time content producer here on Twitch. I stream a bunch of Modern. We stream some Legacy and some Pauper as well. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that follow button if you're enjoying it. Doesn't cost you anything. Lets you know when I go live and with what. Also, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. All my streams get archived there. So I want to pick apart what you said there, Libelic. You said the issue isn't slowing it down. The issue is that people want a diverse format, but diversity doesn't correlate to healthy. What I mean when I say a diverse format is I mean I want archetype diversity among the best decks in the format. So how diversity is defined is relevant, because some people, when they say diversity, they just mean different deck names in general. And like in terms of just deck names, Modern has a ton of them, right? But if like you look at the last Grand Prix top 8, even though there were a bunch of different deck names in that top 8, they could all goldfish kills by turn 3, right? So they were pretty linear and pretty aggressive. So the Hartford GP top 8 was diverse in the terms of the number of decks or number of different decks in it, but it didn't have archetype diversity. All right. Get to Coiling Oracle here. We'll see. We haven't been very professional with our Coiling Oracles today. Hopefully this sets us up for a turn 3 Bloodbraid. Hopefully this sets us up for a turn 3 Bloodbraid. Yeah. Also, and this is a very subjective opinion, so take it with a grain of salt, is that I think power level and overall representation of an archetype are not the only reasons you should ban cards in a format. I think that a card just generating what I would consider bad games of Magic is an acceptable reason to take it out of a format. Like Burning Inquiry, getting rid of all of my lands on the first turn of the game. That's not very good or interesting Magic in my opinion. So I would be okay if they got rid of the deck that did that or lowered its power level. Is this a Shaman of the Great Hunt? This could die to Bolt, but then like my Bloodbraid's not going to die to Bolt. And if they don't have Bolt right here, right now, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So like have one window to kill this here. So they need to kill this like right now. Blood Moon me. Rats. And for the record, if you disagree with what I said, that's okay. What I said is very subjective. If you like the way the Modern format is, I like a lot of the games that are in Modern right now too. It's easily my favorite format in Magic, but I think I can very easily say that Modern's my favorite format and honestly believe that, and still accept the fact that things could be slightly different to allow me to enjoy the format a little bit more. All right, so let's shock this in, give the old knuckle, but this feels real good. Ready to get knucked up here, opponent? Our curve was fantastic this game. Just like Coiling Oracle into Vulture thing, Shaman of the Great Hunt, just like, put the dukes up. Put the dukes up. Oh, jeez. And like, they need to at least chump block something here, right? They're taking so much damage. Yeah, this is good for us. Knuckleblade goes to a 5/5 here. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Cascading into Hasty Big Knucks. I definitely don't think this deck is consistent or powerful enough to ever be tier 1, but god, is it a blast to play. And like, if they can't kill this and they couldn't kill it last turn, this card draws 2 cards next turn if we keep bricking. It has more text on it. It doesn't just make our things bigger, it draws Magic cards. My birthday, it is not my birthday today. I don't know who told you that, but they lied to you. Ooh, we're killing Knuckleblade instead of Shaman. That's interesting. They're going to give birth because they just got knocked up. Huh. I think I actually want to tap the Snapcaster here, because tapping the Snapcaster means that this gets out of single bolt range, which I think is very valuable. It doesn't let me use my mana completely efficiently, but it does put them to 5, and it gets this out of bolt range. What do you think the correct response is? My friends text me and ask why my face is on your stream. What's going on, Justin? Hey, look, you got a big bit badge now. I don't know if Knuckleblade is strictly better than the card we were playing previously, but he's been real good today. He's been real good today. I think I'm fetching a basic island here because we're probably a Blood Moon deck, right? Hey, Ames, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Do I want to offer this trade? I think they need to take this trade, right? So I'm going to offer it. I agree with Burgle. Ban's not a question. It's okay, Justin. Nobody's badge is as big as Anoronics. Hey, Tarin. Nearly half a year. Hopefully this month's deck won't go 0-3. Thank you very much for re-upping that big sub. I do appreciate it. Be sure to drop me a line and let me know what you want your donation deck for the month to be. They could be a Breach deck. Hopefully they're not Breach because they have Young Pyromancer. Bloodbraid Elf. It could be literally anything. Survey says. You have a cryptic command? Yeah, like I said, there's a reason why I always come back to these toolbox style decks. I just find these decks genuinely enjoyable to play. They have a lot of the play patterns in them are very dynamic. They do a lot of different things, so I really enjoy that aspect of them. To draw another card here. So like in addition to applying a bunch of pressure to my opponent, this Shaman of the Great Hunt's drawn 2 cards so far this game. I'm sad we can't get more Shaman value because they're just going to die. Yeah, no changes, Justin. All formats. I am definitely sad, but if I said I was surprised, I'd be lying. We're living the meme dream. Thank you for the bitch, JMP. Ban Shaman. Dear Watsy, I can't believe another ban and restricted update has come and gone, and Shaman of the Great Hunt is still legal. Do you even know what you're doing, leaving this card to wreak havoc on Modern? Do you even know? You have no clue what you're doing, Wizards of the Coast. What do I mean when I call a deck a toolbox? It's a good question. So a toolbox deck is a deck that generally plays a variety of one-ofs in it, so that way it can find them in whatever particular situation it's in where it needs to draw them. So this deck plays a card called Eldritch Evolution, which lets us search for specific creatures when we sacrifice a creature. So this is what's called a creature toolbox deck. Doncaster with the 2-month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Thanks for the continued support. Opponent is continuing to tempo us with these cryptic commands. We're gonna get to draw some more cards here. And yeah, we are flooding a little bit, but like Shaman of the Great Hunt is just, he's returned to my hand. Return to my hand. Stop it, opponent. That's so rude. I love my Shaman. He needs to draw me all of the cards. Wait, they're returning this drawing a card? Do they have a combo in their deck? They're going to 1 here? What? That's aggressive. Go. So someone summarized the birthing pod not being legal in the best way possible. They're like, I just want to cast birthing pod on the second turn of the game and die before I untap. Is that asking so much? I do not have Pia and Kiran in the main deck. How do we win with style here? Spin Zavil. Just the mind sculptor. How will we ever win the game? They're sculpting our minds, chat. Our minds are being sculpted as we speak. Our minds are being sculpted as we speak. I mean, the fringe decks get wrecked by Hallowed One. The fringe decks get wrecked by X. The fringe decks get wrecked by Y. Like, there are so many things that kill the fringe decks in Modern. That's why they're fringe decks. My fringe deck can't beat it. Please don't make it be legal. It's such a silly argument. This is my Kiki-Jiki. There are many like him, but this one is mine. Yeah, I probably just should have gotten more haste creatures, right? I probably should have just gotten more haste creatures. Look, I just wanted to combo my opponent. I could have... Look, there were a lot of paths that led to victory there that were all better lines than what I took, chat. So if you want to close your eyes and pick a line that's good at random, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to do so. I'm aware that the line that I took was awful. Let's get everything above the board. I just wanted to combo my opponent, chat. I just wanted to do my thing, okay? We did, Justin. We played Monastery Mentor Paradoxical Outcome deck, and it was really bad. It'll be up on YouTube later. I don't think we really care about Blood Moon. We can play through Blood Moon most of the time. I don't think I want these roasts. Opponent is a young Pyromancer deck. I guess that makes Staticaster good, right? I just don't want these Eldritch Evolutions. Eldritch Evolution's pretty bad against counter spells. I'm gonna do this. Let's try this. Seems not bad. Dece plus even. Do you think this deck that is being played would be viable in a format where the best deck is Splinter Twin? I don't think silly decks would win in that format, but I also thought Jace would wreck Modern. No, I think my deck that's trying to be bad Splinter Twin is worse than Splinter Twin. Yes, I'm kind of confused. Mock Bumpkin with the $5 donation. $5 for going for the combo there. 10 out of 10 content. Thank you for the donation. Now, I think my bad Splinter Twin deck is worse than actually playing Splinter Twin. Yes, that is an accurate assessment, I think. All right, so this is a question. So I'm actually going to play the Misty Rainforest here because people that play Blood Moon decks on Magic Online never seem to board out Blood Moon even when they should. So I'm just going to play around them having Blood Moon here, even though it means my Copperline Gorge is going to come into play tapped on 4 now. I'm aware that I could have sequenced to have an untapped land on 4. I'm playing around Blood Moon out of my opponent here by my sequencing. Choosing to play around Blood Moon. Niviki, you have a 2 badge because you are the second highest donator for the month. Will enter as a mountain untapped. It means you donated the second most bits for the week, so the bit race counter there resets every week. It's per week. I just know the questions that people are going to ask before they ask them. Been around this Twitch chat thing once or twice before. That resolving is pretty good for us. That resolving is pretty good for us. That's because the bit badge just restarted, Justin. They reset on Mondays, I believe. They restarted on Mondays. It is Big Nux. It's getting people knucked up. Big Nux carried us to victory in the first game. Shaman of the Great Hunt kind of carried us to victory. Temur cards I own. You unsummoned my Knuckleblade. That's so rude, opponent. Okay, let's kill your Jace. And then, yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and fetch a red source here and just put the old Knucklebuster back into play. He's pretty hard for them to kill, sans a roast. We brought in Staticaster because our opponent's playing young Pyromancer. For you to automatically play the deck list, I submit. For me to play the deck list immediately in the same stream, it's a $100 donation. For me to queue your deck up at the beginning of the next stream is a $50 donation. And as always, all of the details on how the donation decks work is right there on bit.ly/Google use this to, I don't know, Jeff, I'm all out of memes. Put some splice into Arcane In. Thank you for the bits, Justin. I do appreciate it. You do have the #1 badge again. Oh, Justin. I think we have Splice into Arcane in the queue already, so we'll do that the next stream. Living up to the Enabler title, yep. Look, Justin's username is what it is for a reason, okay? I did get a haircut. Took my balding hair and shaved it back. Splice onto Arcane is what we call Goryo's Vengeance here, because it's basically spliced into Arcane Tribal. I think we're just getting Cryptic Commanded again here, right? So I'm just gonna move to combat. Wow, we're not. Okay, that's sweet. No, we have a $20 razor and my wife just trims my hair. And I don't have enough hair left to do anything fancy, so she can just take care of it nicely. I guess I'm not that worried about a sweeper here. If they sweep me, Knuckleblade lives. Someone said to donate for some pillow fort deck in the queue somewhere. Honestly, I just need to catch Anoronics in bits. I just want to spite Justin, put it all on SI. Ah, oh, Niviki, you're so close. You're so close. All right, and we'll play some SI tomorrow for sure when we do Legacy. There's a pillow fort deck. Yes, there is. Thank you very much for the bits, Niviki and Justin. End step, kill this. So I'm gonna go ahead and exile their Cryptic here just so they can't snap it back later. The long stream is going to be on Saturday. So Friday will just be my normal morning stream, but Saturday I'm planning to go live about 9 a.m. in the morning and stream for a minimum of 12 hours. All right, this is lethal. Do I want to cast anything here? I don't think so. I think I just want to hold up Savage Knuckleblade. I refuse to be spited. Dealer's choice. Thank you, Justin. We'll get something in there. I need some brews. I need some brew slots. We have some Dealer's Choice decks that I need to put in. Once I want to brew a little bit with Sahali once Dominaria hits, so we're gonna hold that for when Dominaria hits, I think. Thank you very much for the bits, Justin. This card, the artwork on this card is great, but the red border is really kind of tilting. What's the occasion for the long stream? Justin, how dare you put it on Dealer's Choice as well? Thank you, Niviki. Thank you for the support, folks. Not so silent, Bob. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. As always, in addition to bits, subscriptions are one of the best ways you can support what I do here. So thank you to everyone that's just hanging out today here on a Monday. I do appreciate that. Hope everyone had a great weekend, having a good start to your week. What do we got here? The gods are angry, huh? The gods are angry. So this bolt and these Strangleroot Geist will be lethal. Have you ever made so much money from an argument? Project Swamp and Justin got into it on stream for like almost $500 one time. All right, we're 2-2. Let's see if we can rally back here through the mid-range bracket to finish 3-2 with this. Living up to my name, Niviki, add another sphere pile, whatever you want to play. Do I despise Monday? No, I'm very blessed. I get to show up to work and do this for a living, so I love Mondays. Just every day of the week, you know, I'm just hanging out with the family, playing some Magic on the internet. It's a good time. Strangleroot Geist is red because Magic is quality software. If you're a fan of toolbox decks, don't go anywhere after this last match. We're going to be playing some Angel Cord Evolution. It's an Abzan toolbox deck. So Burgle, if you're still here, I was very apprehensive about the Savage Knuckleblades. They've been very good in this league. The Savage Knuckleblades have been very good. Real big spender here, going for the top spot. Thank you for the bed stinger. Big Nux is my bruh, right? Poor Knuckleblade, you are too pure for this world. You are too pure for this world. Someone asked what the special occasion for the Saturday stream is. The special occasion for the Saturday stream is, as I open the donation deck list queue, there are currently 60 decks listed in it. So if we do a 12-hour stream on Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to knock out, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them. The more decks I play, the more donation decks we can take in. And yeah, Andrew, if you want to come over Saturday night, you definitely get some other people in. They have a removal spell here. That seems like a really... Are they Mardu Pyromancer then? Must be Mardu Pyromancer, right? We did not do Tez yet, Nam. We're gonna do that 1/4 tonight. So we're gonna play... we're gonna play the Abzan Toolbox deck after this one, and then we're gonna close out with Tezzeret this evening. Yeah, I don't think Kiki Cord is very reasonable in Modern right now. I think it's just like a little bit too slow and clunky. I can't get a Bits badge, but I can fill the cup with cupcakes. Thank you for the cupcake bits, Mini Koopa. That's true. Kiki Cord wasn't ever good. I think that's true. Yeah, I'm just gonna Bloodbraid Elf here. Although, so this is actually kind of interesting. The downside to Bloodbraid Elf is that if I cascade into an Eldritch Evolution, I won't have enough mana to cast Shaman of the Great Hunt next turn. I think I want to just cast Shaman here, actually. Getting this to connect sooner rather than later also makes it better against a potential Lightning Bolt down the line. How many decks can I put in the queue at this? Add more Dealer's Choice, guys, or our new goal is to get the queue over 100 decks by Friday. Oh. Cupcakes! Thank you, Justin. All right, so now let's go ahead and spin this. They're down to 13 here. That's a good hit. Fantastic. So we get five hasty power here, put them down to 8. 5 pack of gum. That's probably really bad. You should probably go to the vet. You should probably go to the vet. Have you ever played a treasure hunt deck? We've not. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why I really like this deck. This is a Temur aggro deck. That's why I like this deck. It's a Temur aggro deck first and a combo deck second. Collective Brutality. Huh. I was kind of expecting them to flashback Souls there. Grab a Stomping Ground. I just want max green mana in case we rip a Scavenging Ooze. Eldritch Evolution. Eldritch Evolution. Eldritch Evolution. Eldritch Evolution. Towards whatever deck you want to play the most. Jeff, Andre, RMP, thank you very much for the 1,500 bits. I appreciate that. All right, so this puts them to 6, so they're dead to another bolt. The big cup is so much more fun than it has any right to be. All right. Let's keep smashing. Hasty Threat. I assume this is dead here. I saw your tweet about the deal on bits, and here we go. We are just printing money at this point. X Karma X Nova. Thank you very much for the bits. They're making me discard a card. Joke's on you, opponent. I haven't drawn spells. Let me enjoy the top for a bit, Justin. Put it somewhere, Just. Thank you, Niviki. That I will do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe we'll have... That's a few Dealer's Choice decks. Maybe we'll do an entire stream after Dominaria releases where we just play all decks that I've actually designed. So that way when people have questions about card choices, I can actually answer them. Don't have Bedlam Reveler. 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 Oh, why is their last card always Bedlam Reveler, chat? All right. Eldritch Evolution is lethal. Lightning Bolt is lethal. Eternal Witness is lethal. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have eight lethal draws here. We have 8 lethal draws, and Izzet Charm is redraws. So everybody says, heyo! Hey, heyo, heyo, hey, heyo, heyo. This escalated quickly. Belligerent Mars, thank you for the bets. Got him. Magic is much easier when you're lucky, chat. Let me tell all of y'all about being lucky versus being good. Being lucky is much, much easier. All right, so this is a Birds of Paradise out matchup. How do I submit a deck list? Details on how donation deck lists work are here. If you have any questions about specifics, feel free to drop me a message in private, Stefan. All right. You sure do sing a lot. Were you in chorus or band in high school? I did, and I participated in and worked on far too much musical theater. Far too much musical theater. Am I adding the decks while we don't? I put in 2 Dealer's Choice decks. I need to put in 2 more. We're going to do a Dealer's Choice day where I just build everything, I think. There's 2 more. Hey, Nemison with the 7-month resubscription. Lightning Bolt win, Strategic Mastermind, 6 steps ahead, and he doesn't even know what game we're playing. Thank you for re-upping your Twitch Prime for the 7th month in a row. I do appreciate that. How much to get me to sing show tunes? I like my viewer count. I don't want my viewer count to go down. Into the woods without regret. The choice is made. The task is set. That's all you're getting out of me. I know a couple more words, but we're not going to sing more than a bar because my voice is kind of grating, I'm aware. Hey, Hilltopper 790 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you, and welcome back. Welcome. I do appreciate that next level support. We got 3 cards to cut here, chat. I need to cut 3 cards. It's probably a non-zero number of Eldritch Evolutions because they're going to be grinding through our creatures. I need 1 more cut here. Pestermite's pretty terrible against Lingering Souls, right? So that's probably a fine cut. I don't think I want to braid here. I think 8 removal spells plus Staticaster and Pia is plenty. Jeff, you've paid like $4.55 off Justin and why am I so bad? Full Metal with the $10 donation. Put this to a Dealer's Choice deck list. Thank you very much for the contribution, Full Metal. I do appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna do. I'll pick a day so people that want to see the things that I work up can know when it's gonna happen. But we'll do a day where we just play like 4 decks that are all my design. Think I'm gonna bottom this. I don't really want a 4th land at this point. Have some bits because why not? More Dealer's Choice. Thank you back now. And remember, if you do have Twitch Prime, if you're just joining us, didn't catch us earlier, Twitch is currently running a sale on bits for people. So if you have Twitch Prime, you can get a one-time discount on bits. You can buy 500 bits for 99 cents. And for those that are unfamiliar, 500 bits is $5. So if you've been thinking about contributing something to the stream and you want to contribute a little bit extra, you can donate a lot for a little. Scalding Tarn on 1. Dealer's choice. Also, am I doing this right? It happened again. Thank you very much for the bits. Free money. The bits and the bit cup. Man, streaming before the bit cup existed must have been weird. Wonder why Twitch does that to popularize bits. See, Amazon is a very smart company. Amazon owns Twitch, for those that aren't aware. Amazon understands that spending money makes you money. Jeff is an MTG wizard. There has got to be a twist. An MTG wizard has such a lucky draw. You can get free bits by watching ads depending on where you live in the world. I don't know all the details, but I know my wife does it on occasion. Our hand hasn't really shaped up very well over here, opponent. Well, you have to have Twitch Prime. You have to have Twitch Prime. So Twitch Prime isn't something that you can get for free. A little bit more towards Jeff's deck of choice. Andre RPM, thank you very much. Take my dirty free Twitch money and sing for me. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? They think this gets me the next badge. Speaking of the real Slim Shady standing up, I'm gonna go ahead and stand up. We've been sitting for like 2 hours here. Enjoy the ride, chat. Spending money makes you money. Justin must be rolling in it. It's fair. How many dealer's choices do I get for this? Thank you for the big bits, Justin. Cupcakes! Can I get a money dance? Moving on up. Okay, that's a young Pyromancer. Can we please blow up some land so I can start spamming bits too? So I think I want to bolt this in response rather than play my Krasis this turn, because I don't want them to get a token from killing my Krasis. For Mardu mid-range, someone needs to have you build a deck with every card you find defensive in Modern. Alrighty. Is this stream just a money laundering front? This seems like a take my value dollar. I need some Panglacial worms in my life. I know exactly which one that goes to. Bring to Kiki. The Bring to Kiki deck is really sweet. For people that ask, people ask about Kiki Court on this stream a lot of the time because, you know, we've played a lot of Kiki Court S decks. You should check out the Bring to Kiki deck if you haven't yet. We've streamed it once before. We're going to be streaming it again at some point in the future. Deck's really, really sweet. I don't think it counts as laundering money if it only gets laundered into my mortgage payment. I need to look up the definition of money laundering, but I think sending your money to someone else's mortgage payment doesn't count as money laundering. Democracy points to Mardu offensive cards. So do I donate with the bits or do I cheer at them? What's the best way to throw free money? So bits, if you click on the link at the top of the screen, it should be there should be a link above. It'll say cheer, or you just cheer with them in chat actually, right? I've actually never sent bits to someone myself. Money laundering is when money pays for your laundry. Come on now. Duh. I should have thought about that. It's right there in the name. Drunk Jun stream with Matt. That's a good idea. I think Jun's actually towards the top of the queue. It is towards the top of the modern queue, right? Maybe I'll save Jun for this weekend, then I'll make Maddie come over. I'll talk to Matt and find out when he can come over later this week or Saturday. I'll throw these at you and put another dealer's choice in it. Sounds good, Justin. Thank you once more for the bits. How many decks are we at now? I'd actually have to look through the queue to answer that question. Pretty much everything I accept into the queue, I look at and go, that seems sweet, I should play that. Sam, thank you very much for the 500 bits. Gonna get white girl drunk and play some Jund. That's true. Is there any kind of drunk I get other than white girl drunk, to be fair? It has to be fruity and delicious for me to enjoy it. A thrilling LT with the 500 bits as well. Google defines money laundering as the process through which Jeff pays his mortgage. Oh. Surrak Dragonclaw. That's good against counterspell decks, right? So, for those that are wondering, I'm holding this land for Izzet Charm looting, as well as possibly getting Kolaghan's Command. We all know you get White Curl drunk. Really want to draw a Staticaster or an Evolution here. Oh, we boarded my Evolutions out, didn't I? I have one left. That makes sense. Pia is also good. Land's not so great. Land's not so great. I'm going to hold on to this because I have an Evolution I could draw. It's a little brutal, opponent. It's a little brutal. Looking like we're just going to get run out here if we don't find a Staticaster really soon. Did your donation not go through? If you sent a cash donation, Niviki, I did not see one pop up from you. Thank you, Jeff, for being here while the entire Midwest baseball world has been canceled due to bad weather. Yeah, it's kind of nuts outside. Like, I hope today is the last day I have to clear snow off my car until this fall. Baloth's an excellent draw. It buffers our health total nicely here. I also have 2 Tireless Trackers in my deck, right? So that's another reason to hold lands. Anaerotics. Thank you for the bits, bud. All right, well, that holds the elementals at bay. This is 4th winter. Jeff, we need an update of how many decks. Our new goal is to get it to 100 decks in the queue by the end of the stream. Oh, Justin. When does global warming kick in? Oh, did your bits... there's so many. Did I miss it? I feel really bad if I missed a big one from Niviki. Niviki, this is my last of my big bits. More dealer's choice, and thanks, Justin, for letting me hold the crown for a bit. 8 did go through, Niviki. I'm sorry. I missed it. I'm trying to play Magic in between all of this. Yeah, definitely Anaerotics. And we're going to play... Oh, that... Come on, Evolution or Staticaster. Mr. Collins! Thank you for the big cheer. I appreciate that. So many lands. Hopefully your charge power is good, right? All right, so we need a Staticaster here. Tracker would also be okay because maybe draw it towards us. But we're actually dead on board, right? So we just need a live one here. Staticaster! Hey, we did. Quit complaining and take our money. For the 4-color Pyromancer, because I'm a sucker for Lingering Souls. Thank you for the bits, Ballister. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded here. I think I'm happy for how I sideboarded here. Just gonna run it back. Yeah, we weren't technically dead on board, sure. This hand's got a lot of upside if we hit a land. If we hit any land in our deck lets us cast the Coiling Oracle here, basically. I'll get Breeding Pool off of this. This is for the last game, the last match in this league. We're currently 2-2 in game 3. I mean, a running total of the donation goal for 100 decks. Yeah. Well, at $12 a pop, Justin, Y'all have about a 240, so that's an extra, what, 240? That's 20 extra decks. So, putting the democracy system to the test. No, I think this deck is just like an average okay modern deck. I don't think there's anything particularly special going on here. I just enjoy playing creature toolbox decks. Well, we weren't exceptionally lucky. Hopefully we can hit next turn. Why are there basic mountains in this deck? So the actual answer is basic mountain is in your deck for Field of Ruin, as well as being able to fetch it against burn to deal minimal damage to yourself when you do so. There's exactly one basic mountain in the deck for those two reasons. Field of Ruin and burn, essentially. Cheers to the nicest pro Magic player I've ever had a casual conversation with at an event. Thank you, Perfree, for the bits. I appreciate that. Survey says. Hey, Risky Bug. Thank you very much for the $12 donation. Here's to the Enduring Idealist. Sounds good. I will get that one added as well. All right, we could have maybe mulliganed that hand. I don't know. The upside was pretty high there. Like, we had a lot of cards rich in this matchup. Like I said, I think this deck is okay. I don't think it's anything special, but I enjoy the toolbox creature decks, and I like that this one has an aggressive slant to it. Savage Knuckleblade was really good today. I was kind of apprehensive about playing this over Scabclan Berserker, because Scabclan Berserker had performed really well in the past, but Knuckleblade really punched the clock and went to work a number of times, so I think I would play him again. I think I want a Scabclan Berserker in the 75 for finding against decks like Eggs and Burn, but I think I was pretty happy with Knuckleblade in the main deck, and I would definitely play him again in Temur Kiki if I was going to run it back. At any rate, let's head on to the next deck in the queue. This next deck in the queue is one that I've